Okay, welcome back to 1d8 plus 1 Lena Orbs, and also Dimming Sage Block 9. Today we're going to try to block Heal Mass. The reason is, I think in that type of sense, that on some of the earlier pages, which I just hit that, on the beginning of this chart type thing, the start of it here, the start is first level character, first level cleric, and the end type thing in that type of sense is 20th level type thing there. It's 190,000 experience paid into in that type of sense. And your spells per day type thing are there's a 0 type thing, but the cure lights, it's a cure minor type thing, the first one, but this one's the cure lights, the first one to pick up an actual d8. This one's a fixed point 1 type thing in that type of sense, and there's no chance to randomly roll like 8 on the cure minor. I don't think. I think it's just 1 point, and that goes to 9th level type thing, which is heal mass actually. So in that was to look at the end type thing, because this is your career. With that daunting experience, you might say that your career is based off of making up 8 hit points in that type of sense, or 50 hit points type thing. But actually, as you go from Acolyte to Bishop, and that means you might do a lot more than you were prepared to think of. And it's good to think of it type thing, to have a roadmap to it. That way you know what special abilities to pick up for it, or how many of those types of spells per day that you need to take to handle the demand that was requested out of their healer or their cleric in that means. Now the cleric's more generic than the healer in Miniature's Handbook, but because of its genericness, there's a couple of loopholes or conservative base that the cleric does with just a little bit of tweak can get up to an obnoxious amount of recovery out in the battlefield. So in that type of sense, we're going to look at 17th level, and we're going to look at heal mass. Let's start with the spell first, and then I'll come back to how many per day that we're doing. And here we go. Let's see, it shouldn't block this off type thing. It's more straightforward than the amount of questions that one person can build up to them going in. That's definitely for sure. Heal mass is conjuration healing, cleric 9, healing 9, range close 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels, targets 1 or more 2 creatures, no 2 which can be more than 30 feet apart. So we know that heals are 9th level spells, and that they're burst spells type thing. Spell functions like heal. Heal enables you to channel positive energy into a creature to wipe away injury and afflictions. It immediately ends any and all the following adverse conditions affecting the target: ability damage, blinded, confused, dazzled, dazed, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded, insanity, and nauseated, sickened, stunned, and poisoned. And then from there, so it also recovers from afflictions type thing, or ends afflictions. Maximum number of hit points restored to each creature is 250. Now that's 250. If it was a random type thing, it would have a D in front of it like that, and then it would be random type thing there, which means it has to be a random number generator type thing. So the minimum number could have been like 37, and the maximum number could have been 250, and the average could have been like 72 or something like that. But that was not the case type thing. It didn't have a D in front of it type thing. This here type thing there is non-existent, and it's just this here type thing, which means that translate to 250. So it is 250 per 1 casting type thing, and that is per 1 day. So it's 250 per 1 casting type thing. If you had 3 castings type thing, then you'd have to take 3 castings times the 250 over 1 casting type thing, and then that would be casting crossing out type thing. That would be 3 times 250, and that would be your per day type thing. So per day would be 3 times 250, like that, and that's 750 per day. But we'll get back to that type thing. Actually, we're right in the right spot. So now in that, we're going to go back to that. That's page 239, and I think I grabbed some note cards, so a little bit prepared. So that's 239. And now let's go ahead and put what we just said on note card type thing as a cleric in that means. So it's cleric, and we know it can burst, and we know it's a 9th level spell, and that's heal mass. Really didn't come up with the system there either. That's burst, and it ends afflictions. and let's see here, and it does 250 hit points. No randomization. It is a VIP. Let's see, what is that? George Clooney Air Mile card, or American Express black card type thing, corporate card. Now that's with the velvet ropes and the stingles type thing. Nah, is it sting? Well, anyway, that's the rope type thing there. And in that type of sense, because of your so-called cleric level as being a bishop type thing, you no longer worry about the random. You've gone straight into the auto type thing in that type of sense. Your auto is 250 per casting. So it's 250 hit points, and that's the player's handbook. It's PHB, and that's page 239. Oops. And there we go. And that's that there. And then you can take that, and then let's see here. Take that, open, and that type of thing. And then you might come up with ways to do so, or put them in alphabetical and with heals type thing. Just drop that back there type thing. And then when you're like ready to cast it type thing, you could do that. Make notes to yourself for how many times per day. I've got a double line card on the back and front type thing, like your current level or something like that, or maybe a condition in which you want to consider throwing it type thing, or something in that nature type thing, like with your front line combat people type thing in that type of sense. In the third round, my current level is 17th level, my third round type thing, or if I haven't cast it by the 6th round, just go ahead, do so anyway, and burn a standard action along with moving into that right spot to get it done. So that's right. And that's heal there. Depending on where they're clustered at type thing in that type of sense, make sure you get into a good cluster point type thing for them, and then you can hit all those team members type thing with 250 apiece to each creature type thing. And one or more creatures, no two of which can be more than 30 feet apart. The maximum number of hit points restored to each creature is, which is every creature gets 250. So that is right there. So that was heal mass type thing. We'll put that away. Now let's get into some practice recording what that is doing. Okay, now that's page 31, and use my other note card here for that, and that's here. Now that's 17th level, and so we're gonna go to here. I'm gonna draw some lines here, almost like a clock, a face clock type thing there. That's 12 and 9 type thing, and that's the center point there. Now we're gonna do 9th level spells. That was 9th level spells, and that was 1 plus 1 here, so that's 1 plus 1 here, and that's per day. So it's spells and per day, and then as that goes across type thing, that's 17th level. So that's 17th level, and that's your cleric class level type thing. And your class level is not exactly equal to your spell level. One's 17 and the other one's 9. So that's 9 over 17 type thing. It takes a little while to get used to seeing those and when they operate or coincide. And so let's see here, they don't coincide for first, second level spells type thing. That's 2. That's 2, and you get 1 plus 1. And then that 1 plus 1 is going across to third. So that's 2. It's 2 over 3 type thing in that type of sense. Like I said, a little bit of practice. So now that's 1 plus 1. And so we've got 1 plus 1 here type thing in that type of sense. And I'll draw one line underneath that and one line there, and then I'll go pick that type thing in that type of sense. Not looking at bonuses yet type thing from other prestige classes like Supreme Healing and Radiant Servant of Palor. And we're going to go here to our cleric, and should have note carded this one. That's our healing domain here, and we're looking at a 9th level spell, and so that's heal mass. So we started with the 9th level spell, and that's a 9th level spell, and then there it says 9 right in front of the heal mass. So that's a matching principle. That's heal mass there. And from that, we do another matching principle. We find 9th level cleric spells, 9th level spells for clerics, and there's a 9 and 9 type thing there. And you could get into some trouble there with the spell things, but you'll get the hang of it. and then that's heal mass type thing right there amongst the list, and that's heal, and that's heal mass type thing in that type of thing. So now that's A and that's B type thing. Those are two heal masses. From two heal masses, that we know that heal mass is, the first one was 250, and the domain one is 250. So adding both together type thing, that's 500 type thing. Or you could instead have got two heal masses. That's heal. It's for each heal mass, I do 250, and I've got two of them. I got two times the amount of heal masses type thing. So that's 2 times 250 amount type thing. That's 2 times 250, and let's see here. Addition wise, that's 2 times 250. For multiplication wise, that's 500. And for 250 plus 250, that's also 500. Yeah. So let's go here again. It's 250 plus 250, and that equals 500. And 250 times 2 is equal to 500. Yeah. So either way, multiplication or doing it all long-handed type thing, you're still all right in that type of sense. Yeah. So now you've got that down at 18th level type thing. Going to do the same thing there, and that's 9th. That's spells. And now we're going to go look at 18th level type thing, just in case if it increased or your saves increased or condition changed. There's 2 plus 1 here, and in that type of sense, you go 2 plus 1 over all the way, 3 from the bottom type thing. That's 21. And that's 19. That's 2 levels. 18. That's the third level from the bottom, or third line from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. That's 18. So I write 18 type thing. That's cleric, and that's day, and that's spells. We've got 2 lines here type thing, and then plus 1. Take the 2 plus 1 here. It's 2 plus 1. It transfers there. Domain's going to be heal mass, and then I'm going to do heal mass for the other 2. And now I've got 3 of them type thing in that type of means, and 3 of them times 250 is 750 per day. Okay, now that type of thing, let's turn back over here and make sure there. Like other spellcasters, a cleric can cast only a certain number of spells of each spell level per day. And it said each spell level per day. Yeah. So it's every one, type thing in that type of sense. And then back to page 179, type thing here. Okay. And divine spellcasters prepare their spells in large elite. That's page 179, PHP. In the same manner as wizards do, but with few differences. The relevant ability for divine spells is wisdom, and to prepare a divine spell, a character must have a wisdom score of 10 plus the spell level, so it's 10 plus 9. It's a 9th level spell, and then that's 9 plus 10. That they need a 19 wisdom to cast that heal mass type thing. And for example, a cleric or druid must have a wisdom score of at least 10 to prepare a 0 level spell, and a wisdom score for 11 to prepare a 1st level spell. Divine spellcasters often call their 0 level spells or raisins. Likewise, bonus spells are based on wisdom. And to find your bonus wisdom, you turn back to page 8, and that's here. And I don't think we're going to do that. That's a bonus 9 type thing. That's here, and then all the way across, and that would be a bonus 28-29 wisdom to get a bonus 9th level spell. And that is the advantage. So make sure to work through it type thing, and then keep determining your spells per day type thing for your heal masses, and then add up and see what you want to change in or change out for your 1st through 8th level spells, including your 0 level or reason spells. Thanks for listening. That's the advantage, and have a great one.